Hey guys, this is Rohit Shah, and in this video we are going to create 360-degree product spin. So once you have taken all the photos of your object or of your product, you can then create a 360 spin. So let's get started and see how we can create 360-degree product spin. So first we have to click on get started, and now let's give it a name. So I'm going to give it a name for this project. Let's go to next step, and on this step we can actually create a folder for this campaign, or we can select a previously created folder. So here in this case I'm going to click on this folder, so this campaign will be added inside this folder. So let's click on car, and now let's click on create project. Now it's going to show us the first step of this spin creation, and on the first step all we have to do is upload the photos of the product. So let's click on add new image and let's select file. Now a couple of things you need to know. The maximum files you can upload is 100, and the recommended range is from 15 to 30 images, and keep the image size under 10 MB, and also you should rename your images as 1, 2, 3 and so on. That way our app can automatically organize the images for you. So let me show you what I mean. So let's click on select files, and let me just find images for this. Now I have about 30 images for this car, and I'm going to select all of them and I'm going to open them. Now as soon as I open them, it's going to upload the images, and it's also going to compress it and optimize it for us. So alright, so let's select all images and let's get started. So now it's going to process it, so let's wait for it to process, then I will show you the next step. Alright, so our images are now processed and all of them are neatly organized for us. So the reason they are organized is because I had renamed them as 1, 2, 3 and so on. So let me just quickly show you what I mean. So you can see the images are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this helped us have the images organized automatically. And now let's scroll down here, and we need to start selecting the images that we need to add in the spin. So let's select all of them. And once we are done selecting, let's click on select and arrange. Now here we can actually drag and drop images and change its position if you want to. So if you haven't numbered your images, then in that case you can arrange them here, but it's a lot easier to just number them so that it gets automatically done for us. Alright, so right now we don't need to arrange the images, so let's go to the next step. Now on this step we can design our player and customize all the settings for the player. Alright, so let's scroll down and we can see the 360 spin is getting generated here, and now it's generated, and we can now customize this player as we like. So this is a player dimension, so you need to enter the height and width for the players. So whenever you are adding this player into your website, that specific amount of space will be used. So make sure you enter the right height and width as per whatever space you have on the website. So here in this demo, let's go with 700 and 950 as width, and then you can enter a URL. Now you can turn it off if you want. So if you don't want the URL to show up here, then you can just turn it off and it will be gone from here. But in this demo, let's keep it on. So here you can add any URL you want. Also make sure don't add any HTTP in the URL. Just add the plain domain name and the page URL. That's it. Alright, so that's URL. Then the next thing you can also do is you can add phone number. So you can see the phone icon here. Once it's clicked, user will be sent either to Skype, or if they're on phone, then they'll be asked to make a direct call to whatever number you enter here. Alright, so whatever is your number, you can just enter it here, and the user can actually call that number. If they're on the phone, they can call it from their mobile, and if they are on the desktop, they will be asked to call either with other calling apps like Skype. All right. The next thing you can do is you can then also choose a skin color for the player. So it can be a dark skin or it can be a light one. Depending on your website, you can choose that. So let's keep it light for now. And then you can also change drag rotation speed and zoom factor. So drag rotation speed is basically the speed at which the rotations are happening, so you can change them from here. By default it's pretty good, so you don't need to do anything here, but if you really want to hyper customize this spin, you can of course change this. And the same thing goes for zoom factor. So zoom factor is basically how much you want to zoom for each scroll. So this is the zoom factor and you can change it from here. Lazy loading is also something that we recommend, so you can turn on lazy load if you are not showing the 360 spin at the top of your website. So whatever the viewport is at the top, so if this 360 is not going to be added in the viewport, just turn on lazy loading. This helps in SEO and also in making your web page load fast. So that's lazy load. And then there are a couple of settings here that you can change if you want to. So you can turn off player controls if you don't want them, so you can just have a 360 spin like this without the player, and user can still zoom in, zoom out and see all the images without the controls. But for this now, let's keep it on. You can also choose a location for the bar, which is this player bar, and you can choose it at top, so it will go above here, and you can also choose it to be at the bottom. So for now, let's keep it at bottom. Then you can also hide rotate left and rotate right arrows, but I'm going to keep it. And the link and phone number, you already know how to use them. Then there's this full screen option that you can turn off and on. Let's keep it on. And then there's pan and tilt option that you can also turn on and off. So I'm going to keep it off for now. And now let's go to the next step. Alright, so on this step, this is actually not mandatory step, so you can skip it and you can just go to the next step. But if you want to add hotspots, then we can use this step to do so. So to do this, you need to turn on hotspots first. So let's turn it on. And then you need to select the image on which you want to add a hotspot. So every image is individual image, so you can add multiple hotspots for each image. And let's go ahead and let's select the image so I can show you how this works. So let's select this image here, and now it will get loaded here. And then let's click anywhere on the image where you want to add a hotspot. So I'm going to add a hotspot here, and just click on it, so you'll see this tab here. And then let's click on this drop down where we can select from 3 hotspots. One is information, the other one is link, and the other one is media. So media is like videos or photos, information is just plain text, and link is actually a link where user will be sent to. So let's click on information. Let's add some test hotspot, test, and I will show you how this looks in the next step. So let's go to the next step. And that's it. This is our final step. Here you can actually see the final preview of your spin. So let's scroll down, and it's loading now. And so this is our final version of the spin, and you can see how this works. And also you can copy the embed code from here. So you can just go ahead and copy it and then paste this embed code onto your website. So this embed code also has width and height. So if in case you need to quickly change the width and height once you are adding this code into your website, you can do that directly from the code. But if you don't know how to code, don't worry, just go back step 2 and then you can customize the width and height again. All right, so just copy the code and paste it wherever you want to, and you'll be good to go. So let's click on finish now, and here on the home page we can see our new spin. So this is the spin that we created, and if you hover on it, you will see all these options. So if I go to edit, I will be sent to the same step-by-step process again, and I can edit all the information that we added, or I can just preview the 360 spin from here. So let's click on preview, and it's going to load the 360 on a page just for us. All right, and you can now share this page with your clients or your customers so they can approve of any spin that you create for them. You can also share it directly from these buttons if you want to. So that's the 360 spin preview. Now you can also get embed code from here, so you don't need to go back to edit. You can just get the embed code from here, or you can duplicate the campaign or delete it, and you can also share it. For this share option, this is for agency users, so if you don't have agency, you won't be able to use that, but the rest of the options can be used. So these are the options you can use with 360 spin. Now if you go into cars folder, now because we had created this specific campaign in cars folder, you will see all the campaigns that are within this folder. So if you click on any folder, you'll be able to see their campaigns, and it can be video campaigns or it can be spin campaigns. So all the campaigns can be seen like this, and once you're done, you can just go back to home and see all the folders again. So that's how you can create 360 product spins. Now in the next video, I'm going to show you how we can create a video using the spin that we just created. All right, so thank you for watching this video. This is Rohit Shah signing off. Hey guys, this is Rohit Shah, and in this video we are going to see how to create 360-degree videos using 360Maker, and we are going to go through the entire process of how you can create captivating videos using 360 spins, and how you can completely customize them as you like. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do here is that let's click on get started, and let's give our project a name, and let's select a folder for our video. Alright, so now this is the first of total 7 steps, and in this first step we have to select a 360 spin for which we want to create the video. So it is very important for you to first create 360 spin, then you can create the video for that spin. So if you haven't created a 360 spin yet, make sure to watch our other video on how to create 360 spin. Once you have a spin created, you will see them here on this page, and then you can select any spin that you like. So let's click on this spin here. Then it is going to ask us the loop count and frame rates per second. So let me explain what these are. All right, so the loop count is basically the times the car is going to rotate in the video. So this is going to be the number of times you want that particular product to spin for this specific amount of number that we enter. So in this case we have 2, so I usually enter 2 or 3, but it depends on your use case, so you can enter whatever number you like. So right now let's keep it as 2. Then the next thing we have here is frame rate per second. So this is essentially the speed at which your images will scroll through in the spin. So let's say you have uploaded 20 images of your product, and let's say you set the frame rate at 10. That will mean that the entire spin will take 2 seconds to show all the 20 images that you have uploaded. So depending on how fast or how slow you want the frame rate, you can select the frame rate. We usually recommend about 5 to 8 frame rate per second, but if you want it to spin faster, then you can go beyond 8 to 10 and 15. But yeah, that's the frame rate. So let's select 8 for now, and let's click on next step. Alright, so this is our step 2, and on this step we can actually choose a background color or image for our video. So we can turn this setting on, and if we turn it on, then we'll be able to choose a color or an image as a background for our images that we have uploaded in the 360 spin. So what we mean by that is whatever images of your products that you have uploaded, we can actually change the background, but this will only work if your images are transparent. So if they don't have any backgrounds already, then you can choose a color or an image as a background for these images. So once you have removed the background from your images, then you can use this feature. But the images, if you have uploaded, have a background already, then make sure you turn off this setting. So in our case right now, the car images that I have uploaded already has a background, so I'm going to turn this setting as off. And now let's go to the next step. Alright, now on this step we can actually add a header and footer to our video. So let me show you what I mean. So let's scroll down here, and right now header and footer is selected by default. So let's go down here, and you can see this is the header and this is the footer. So we can actually have a text and emoji in our header. So let's add a header quickly. And now let's choose a background color for this header. Alright, so this looks good. We can also choose an image as a background. So instead of a color, we can actually upload an image that we like here, and that will be used as a background. But for this demo, let's go with a color. Now we are done adding text and background for the header. Now let's customize footer. So let's click here, and now let's add a footer text. Alright, so we are done adding a header and a footer for our video. We can also choose to have footer transparency that will actually make it more transparent if we want, but right now it looks good, so I don't want to change the transparency here. And also you should note that you can actually choose to have just a header or just footer, or neither header or footer if you want as well. So it doesn't have to be just header and footer, it can be any setting that you like. So for this demo we are going with adding a header and footer, but if you don't want to add it, you can select none. Alright, so let's go to the next step now. Alright, now on this step we can add an intro and an outro to our video. So let's say you already have an intro and outro that you want to add to your video. You can do that from here. So let's add an intro to our video now. Now here we can select the file from our computer. And now I have selected the video that I want to use as an intro. Alright, so now that I'm done with adding an intro, let's go to the next step. Alright, now we are on the step 5, and now this step is where we can add a background music to our video. Now make sure that you have Pro Upgrade, because this is a Pro Upgrade feature. So if you have a Pro Upgrade, then you can add a music to your videos. So let me show you how this works. So let's click on Turn On, and now you can see the list of the background music, and you can listen to any music you like, and then you can select the music that you want to add as your background music. So for this demo video I'm going to turn off this setting, and now let's go to the next step. And now we can add voiceover to our videos. So again, you need a Pro Upgrade to use this feature, and if you have a Pro Upgrade, then you can turn on this feature and you will see this. So now here it's quite simple. All you have to do is select the language for the voiceover, and then you have to enter the text, and then you can play that voiceover and then use it in your videos. So this voiceover will automatically apply to your videos once you add it. Also, one more thing to note is that the voiceover length needs to match with the video length that you create, so the viewer will have a good experience watching your video. So whenever you enter a script here, you can actually check its length, and then the app will show you if the video length is correct or not. So let me show you what I mean. So let's select language as English, and let's select a male voice, and now let's add a demo text. now let's click on check voiceover length. Now here the app will actually show you the video length is 7 seconds here, and the voiceover length for the text that we entered is only 4 seconds. So we need to add more text so that the length of the audio matches with the length of the video that we have created. So let me add some more text here. Alright, now our voiceover matches with the video. Alright, so that's great. So now let's click on next step. And now this is our final step, and it's going to render our video, and as soon as it finishes rendering the video, we will receive an email with a download link for our video. So we don't need to stay on this page, but usually the renders are very quick, so I'm going to wait here, and as I speak the rendering is done. Now here, as soon as the rendering is done, we can download this video, or we can download this as a GIF, and then we can embed this on any email. So now let's quickly see our final output. Alright, so that was our video, and you can see first it played an intro that we uploaded, and then it played the 360 spin of the car, and it looped for 2 times, which is what we had selected initially. And you can also see that it was showing 8 frames per second, so that it's not that fast. So the overall video was actually perfect, and this is how you can create videos using 360Maker app. This is Rohit Shah signing off. Thank you for watching.